will fight Triple G later this year.
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take this power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me, so talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the boxing voice.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It's Tuesday, so it'll be our last episode from here in the studio as we head on out tomorrow morning to Las Vegas to cover Canelo Kovalev, the super fight. We'll be on hand from Wednesday to Saturday doing TBV from Podcast Row over there with all the big wigs. So definitely stay glued to the YouTube channel for more details and more live streams from Las Vegas. Today we're here to discuss Gervonta Davis and the newly crowned, unified, and Ring Magazine Ali Trophy winner Josh Taylor, 16-0 with, I believe, 12 KOs, and Gervonta Davis, 21 KOs, 22 wins. Now, we all know Tank has a fight with Yuriorkis Gamboa on December 28th in Atlanta. That's been making a lot of noise since he's bringing boxing back to Atlanta. One moment. All right. Had to find that. I had my phone playing there. I thought it was something else. Well, sorry for the dead air there. But, yeah, man, listen, I ask this question a lot when we get these social media call-outs. And, you know, I definitely call moves like this clout chasing. He has a fight, and he's calling out another fighter. Is he just building up his fight with Yuriorkis Gamboa? Or does he really want to move up to 140 and face the 5'10 Josh Taylor? Tank is only 5'5.5". I didn't think to Google Mikey, which is the only comparable move up in weight outside of Floyd and Pacquiao, who started at these same divisions or lower. Mikey is a registered 5'6", and we didn't have any fear of Mikey moving up to face Earl Spence. Now, I did. I was 100% against that move, and obviously lost Earl as a friend because I vocalized that. The Tank Josh Taylor fight is a little closer in, I guess, competitive nature. Josh has never been thought of as an Earl Spence type of fighter. Granted, his fight with Regis could have changed a lot of minds since he bullied the bully. But I see a lot of hatred for Tank for saying this. And I get where it's coming from. If it's coming from a standpoint of, bro, he's got a fight, he's bullshitting. Cool. You're entitled to that opinion. But if we take it any further, I think there's a very good case that this is a highly possible fight. For one, Josh Taylor is not with Dazn and Matchroom as of yet. He will be, but he isn't. Two, he's not a top-ranked fighter, so we've seen Eddie and Al do business. Now, Now I get it. Everybody's like, man, get the freak out of here. This guy's bluffing. No way he wants to fight Josh Taylor. He didn't even fight Tevin Farmer. Cool. I won't even debate that. What I will debate is, did you think Tevin was going to win? That's all that matters. Not that he didn't face him. Not that you thought he didn't want to face him. Who were you picking to win that fight? So, to use Tevin as an scapegoat as to why Tank can't successfully move up to 140 and challenge Josh Taylor. Oh, because he ain't even fight Tevin. He wanted $10 million to fight Tevin. How he's going to want to fight Josh? Listen, we're not here to debate what he's going to ask for. We're here to debate, can he do it? And Max Kellerman told Tevin Farmer he wasn't picking him. So I don't really call it ducking a fight that the world thinks you're going to win. Now, I know Tevin wouldn't like to hear that, and fights sometimes need to be fought. But you can't duck a man if you're taking on a tougher challenge. Josh Taylor is the obvious tougher challenge between Farmer and himself. Now, Mikey is the most obvious example to give you of a guy moving up that got a lot of backup. The people backed him up, and listen, he moved up to 140 and was successful with Lipinets. Is Lipinets Josh Taylor? Well, Josh Taylor proved that he might be on a different level from a Lipinets, right? The way that he fought Regis, But I don't see an overwhelming disparity. Definitely not in skill, and Tank has proven to be the bigger puncher. Now, we've seen other guys as small as Tank move up in weight and carry their power, And let's not forget that Jose Pedraza is registered on BoxRec at 5'8", 2 inches smaller than Josh Kelly. So we seen how the hell Tank handled Pedraza and how Vasil Lomachenko did not. So, again, it's all about how you fight the bigger man, not just the man being bigger. So Tank started his career at featherweight and quickly, moved up to 130. And that's where he captured his first title. So he'll be a 2-division champ, depending who you talk to, if he defeats Yuriorkis Gamboa for that WBA regular title. So the third division would be 140. And again, it would be no different than any of the others that have moved up. Outside of the fact that we haven't seen Tank fight anyone as dangerous as this since the Pedraza fight, that's the only criticism that I'm allowing anybody to give him, right? Because it's like, bro, how you talking about fighting Josh Taylor? You ain't fought nobody as tough as Josh Taylor since Pedraza, which was 2017. I get all that criticism. But listen, I'll give you a better example now. Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury did a lot of what Tank is doing. Few names in between the big names. Right? If you go, let's see, Tyson has about 29 fights, and the young Tank has 22 fights? Yes. So Tyson has about 7 more than him. So let's just count back 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's screen share this for you guys. 7 fights into 7 fights off of Fury's career, and he has no Wilder, he has no Vlad, and he has no Christian Hammer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no Christian Hammer. All right. So the biggest name on his resume would have been Derek Chisora, which is nowhere near the level of a 2-time world champion in Jose Pedraza. Secondary name would have been Steve Cunningham, former Cruiserweight World Champion. Decent secondary name. Then you got, other names like Kevin Johnson. That's it. So again, in comparison, right now, without the 7-fight experience of Tyson Fury, where Tyson decided to step it up, Tank's resume is very similar to a Tyson Fury who was a lineal champ and a unified champ, except that maybe Tank probably faced better opposition on the way coming up. So at 22 fights, maybe he hasn't had the best resume of every single fighter, but here we are looking at one of the perceived best in the world in Tyson Fury with a very similar resume. Give Tank another 7 fights. What do you think his resume looks like at 29? And actually, this guy's got 30 fights. So give Tank another one. So that means you got to take off the last Chisora fight. All right? That's 8 fights you got to take off just to equal them, where they were at in their career when they decided to make certain moves. So there could be a lot of criticism, and we can go through everyone's resume and find loopholes. But I think, we've seen this a lot. People calling each other out on social media and nothing coming from it. So I understand the hatred. I really do. I understand that you don't believe. It's cool. But let's not act like there is not a legitimate way to make this fight. Josh Taylor does not have a career-changing fight. The defining fight was definitely the Regis. Now everyone believes. Everyone believes in him. But has he had that crossover fight? Remember, the Tank already went over there and fought one of the Liams. So he's been in the UK. Not afraid to go. Possibly a fight that could be made over there because of all the hardware that Josh has. But again, Josh last fight on Dazn, they would probably throw big bucks to get this on Dazn USA. They were already offering Tank upwards of $5 million for a Tevin Farmer fight. What would they offer him now to put his undefeated record on the line versus a dangerous fighter like a Josh Taylor? I don't think that we should throw this away. These are those fights that make fighters. People think Tank is been protected. They think that Floyd is, babying him. Well, then a fight versus Josh Taylor is exactly what we want. Look, I made my case enough. We got a few callers. Hopefully we get some more. I have no co-host this morning as Mike had to head up the doctor before we head on out on a trip. He always got to make sure everything is good before he gets on those planes. But yeah, Skype, Nesta Gibbs, NESTORGIBBS. Add the Skype name. Call me up, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time and voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Like the Charlo Benavidez, we can push these things. We can push these type of fights, and I think this is a good fight. I don't know how well Tank does after watching Josh Taylor kind of push Regis around. But if Tank thinks that smoke, that he can handle that smoke, I don't see why we should say no. Protecting that undefeated record is all good. I get it. It's all good, but it's a little different when you're facing someone that is perceived to be on your level or above your level. Like, you get that pass. We always give him passes. A competitive fight is not a loss. Regis didn't suffer a loss. People loving him. The UK are treating him good. That's what's crazy. So he did well and had a good account of himself when they're not ridiculing him, right? I don't see an overwhelming amount of comments talking about, oh, you Yanks lost another bet. Nah, they respect Regis, and we respect Taylor. It was a great fight, And there is a lack of respect for Tank amongst the boxing community, and a fight like this would give him the respect that he rightfully deserves after this type of a win. Really. But we're going to go out to the sponsors and get to any callers we got.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Is it clout chasing or chasing greatness, man? I see the comment section hating big time on a man that wants to chase greatness. That's all. You know, you guys are calling it clout chasing. CYP, good morning, man. Defend the young Tank on these hoes.
What I'm about to do. You already know what I'm about to do. You know what's funny? How many times I got to tell y'all, when it comes to America, we ain't afraid of shit. Do y'all remember when Jeff Horn won his title? You know how many motherfuckers was trying to go get that fight? They jumped up on that shit like, I'm next. I'll be next. Sign me up. The same thing happening with Taylor. Taylor went out there, beat Prograis, who's one of our 4th, 5th, 6th best fighters. The other fighters are like, yo, I'll even move up 2 weight divisions to go smash that man, because the truth is, the UK is just not good in boxing. We don't respect y'all yet. Lennox Lewis, that's about it. Carl Froch, give you props. I love me some Ricky Hatton, but the truth of the matter is, you know, he retired a little too early. So let's stop this clout chasing. You can't clout chase if you're jumping up 2 divisions to fight a guy 2 divisions Canelo style. Let me think about it. Canelo style. And don't tell me he already has a fight schedule, because last time I checked, Jamal Charlo got a fight schedule too, and y'all still trying to get him to fight Benavidez. Eat a dick. Y'all don't make no damn sense. Let Tank be what Tank is, a great fighter. And I told you,
let me ask
he is
you
the
something.
future of boxing.
What do you think is the difference that the haters see between Mikey and Gervonta? I'm going to tell you from the door, I see the comments, they're like, well, Gervonta's not a 3-divisional world champ. But what else sticks out that, you know, is making people say, well, he's not Mikey, he can't do this?
The difference is humbleness. Y'all hear me? This is truthful. Humbleness. When you see a guy moving up that's going to get a belt and tell you how good he is with that belt, that's going to wear them chains and then clown you for saying he ain't good with the belt, you rather not have that. Mikey Garcia is a humble, cool-ass dude. We love us some Mikey as a person. When it comes to some of these black fighters, let's keep it real, y'all are intimidated and jealous of their flash. You intimidated and jealous of the way they talk and they bravado when they confident. It pisses y'all off. Y'all don't want to see a dude like Tank go up and be the great. You don't. You don't want to see a Charlo. You don't. You rather see a Boo-Boo, to be honest, because Boo-Boo's more funny. It doesn't really offend you. But the truth is, it's fighting, and fighting is offensive. I'd rather a dude offend me than knock my ass out. But some of y'all rather, yeah.
Cut it.
Well, I hear a good case, man. He made a good case. I need some of you haters to call in. Tell me why this is not a good fight. Tell me why Tank is clout chasing. Why is he making this up? Why is this not believable? I don't know. We're going out to none other than Seattle, Washington's own
Mr. PBC, baby.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen, get the sharpest knife, and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Good morning, Ness.
Good morning. Good morning.
BV, everybody. I think it's a good fight, but I would love to see it in America, all because of watching that fight. You know, Regis was some dirty tactics, but you know, I would love to see it out here in the U.S. And I would love to see first Gervonta take Davis go 12 rounds with Leo Santa Cruz to get the taste of deep waters, and then fuck with someone who gets real dirty, you know, gets that.
So you sound like you saying he's not ready for this. You sound like you need him to get in a little bit of a tougher fight first.
I'd still rather see him fight Leo Santa Cruz first. That was my main, because I like Leo Santa Cruz, I like Gervonta Tank Davis. I would rather see him go and fight him first than Josh Taylor, because that's what I would want to see. But yeah, if it happens, it has to be in America. That's the ultimate thing I would have to say. That's the only thing I have to say. Because, you know, when it happens out in the UK, certain dirty tactics get away out there. And over here, I don't know. That's just my call, and that's my opinion.
All right. Well, we got two people already called in representing Tank and believing that it's a good fight and that it could happen. Where are the detractors? I see a lot of you in the comment section. See a lot of people saying that this fight will never happen. It'll never happen in the PBC. Give your words a voice. We're going out to the ringer, lids low. Talk to me. Decatur, Georgia, stand up. Good morning.
Yes, sir. What's up, Ned?
Another day, another podcast, man. Can I hate?
So you right, man. I shout out to Baldy for making me a ringer always. Good fight. Actually, I would like to see it in the UK. And the reason being, I feel that Tank ain't gonna let it go the whole way. Tank gonna get him out of there. So I actually don't mind this shit going to UK. When I mind it going to the UK is when I know it could be close or it's a clear win. I mean, not clear win, but yeah, it could be a close fight. And more than likely, you know, they're going to get it to their folks. So other than that, if I know somebody going to go over there and take care of business, I'm all for it. And Tank, if you hear me, Tank, take your ass over there and get that bill, man. Get that money.
So let me ask you a question, though. Before Saturday, did you ever think Tank was greater than Regis?
Greater than Regis? Honestly, I never even compared them two. Yeah, I ain't never.
But now we asking Tank to do what Regis couldn't. Could he really?
No. Oh, yeah. And speaking of Regis, now this is me. This is just me. It didn't seem like, I don't know, it's like Regis was off a key or two. Like, granted, he did mess up, what's that boy name?
Josh Taylor's eye?
Yeah, Josh Taylor's eye, but he didn't seem like himself to me. I don't know if he got the butterflies because of all the people or what the case may have been, but I don't know. But I could see Tank going over there and just eating that shit up and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tank is that star.
Cut it.
All right. Well, that's another person that believes Tank can do it. And, you know, for people that say that there's no support for black fighters, you know, I've seen 4 callers now only supporting Tank, the young African-American fighter. We're going out to Mastermind in Texas, Big Super Max. What it do, Joseph?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, what up, Ness? Good morning. Got some more snow here in Texas. Nice and cold. Hope you're doing all right up there.
Wow, I didn't even know y'all get snow. I thought that was like only freak things.
Nah, not in my part of Texas. We're in the Panhandle.
Wow.
So we get everything except hurricanes.
Damn.
Yeah, you know what, Ness? I think this is a very doable fight. Now, I don't know that I favor Tank. I kind of give the edge to Josh Taylor, but I think it's a good fight. Very makeable fight, and it's not impossible for Tank to win. I sent you a text. I don't know if you got it, but Pacquiao's 5.5, and he beat Margarito and De La Hoya.
Damn, but now you comparing Tank to Pacquiao
because it's a weight class jump coming up, and then it's the same height difference, which you're looking at. So that's what you got to compare it to when you look at that.
I hear you, but the thing with Pacquiao is, brother, he was like amazingly fast, darted in and out, had power in both hands. Not to say that Tank doesn't have power in both hands, but I don't think that the people would ever say Tank has the same speed set as a young Pacquiao.
True. But, I mean, that's the difference, too. Is Margarito and De La Hoya were on the way out, so... But that's the only close comparison.
Well, I mean, and also Margarito was just way bigger than Josh Taylor. We're talking about a 154-pound man that would balloon up versus a 140-pound guy.
Yep. But, no, that was the only comparison I could find for you, though. But, yeah, I think it's a very makeable fight.
How big of a fight do you think it is? Did Josh Taylor receive enough cachet off of his Regis Prograis win on DAZN? Like, should Tank and his handlers really do this? Like, how many people watched Josh Taylor beat Regis Prograis?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think a lot of people really saw it, especially because over here in America, it was like at 4 o'clock. I didn't even get to watch it live because I was at work. So, I don't know. Tough to
Now,
say.
before I let you go, here's a question I'll ask you for everyone too. If Tank successfully beats Josh Taylor and takes the Ring Magazine, the IBF, WBA, WBC Diamond, is that a greater achievement than what Lomachenko has done?
I think on paper it is.
I mean, matter of fact, let me make this question easier. Is Josh Taylor a bigger win on Gervonta's resume than anything that Lomachenko has done?
I think it's credible, but I don't think it's bigger.
What? What's a bigger win on Lomachenko's name bigger than Josh Taylor?
Well, just based off notoriety, you have Nick Walters, you have Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Rigondeaux was moving up with no titles, and Walters had no titles either. He was off for a year.
Yes, but you know, just like anybody, all you're gonna do is look at the paper when you look back, and you're gonna see what name is gonna jump
I mean,
off 40.
not until I die, because as long as I'm here, I'm gonna always tell you Walters. I've been telling you Walters was coming off a layoff, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's something to value in a man who just unified versus the best. So if you go and you beat that dude, I'm gonna go ahead and get to some other calls. But if you go ahead and you beat that dude in Josh Taylor right now, coming off of the biggest win of his career, it's hard to take anything away from you because you beating the man to beat the man. That's like when Fury beat Vlad. Had he fought anyone, they would have been the man. That's why Fury claims lineal status. Like, I don't know. I think there's something to be said about Tank fighting Josh and defeating him. I just can't find a win on Lomachenko's resume. Luke Campbell, none of them dudes, bruh. Like, let's just be real. None of them dudes have done what Josh Taylor just did. Not Linares, none of them. This right here could change Tank's career forever. This is what I'm saying. When you fight the fights that people don't think you could win, it'll change your life forever. Forever. We got Orlando, talk to me.
I'm just listening today.
All right, brother. Michael in the UK, talk to me.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Afternoon.
Yeah, man. I don't know what that last guy was talking about, man. If Tank was to move up to 140 and beat the unified champion, man, come on, man. They're playing. There's no way there's any bigger win on Lomachenko's record.
Yo, Loma's been ducking 140 since his entire career. Bob Arum offered him fucking Pacquiao. He said, no, the highest I could go is 138. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
so
man.
you telling me if Tank go to 140, bro?
Listen, I'm a big fan of Tank. I just don't think he could do it, to be honest with you, man. I'm a big fan of him, but it's kind of just like, it's different. Canelo's moving up 2 weight classes, and Kovalev's a big threat, but he's not like a young guy in his prime. This will just be, I think it's just a step too far for Tank, Tank is better off calling out Lomachenko and them two fighting.
But you
That's
know
like
what?
50-50 for me.
That's why I feel like this has that same Mikey Garcia, Earl Spence, where it's like the little guy moving up, they don't think you can do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'll be impressed if he did it, but I think it would be the same kind of situation as a Spence and Mikey, where it'll just be a bit of a shutout, to be honest, because Tank is talented, but like Josh Taylor's almost 6 feet tall and he's a heavy. He could probably move up to 147 and be competitive.
If you had to decide who you think is the bigger puncher, though, Tank or Mikey?
Oh, yeah, 100. I say Tank is pound for pound. Tank is a bigger puncher, no doubt. It's just when you move up in weight classes, yeah, you might be a bigger puncher at lower weight. Just doesn't mean you can hang with the guys higher above you. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like saying, it's not the same, but it's like Inoue and Wilder are both pound for pound punches, but that doesn't mean Inoue can punch anywhere near as hard as a Wilder. Do you know what I mean? So,
definitely,
even though he is a pound for pound good puncher, I just don't think he could hang with a guy that big. He probably rehydrates to like 150.
Didn't they show the weight? I feel like they showed the weight on the telecast. I think one guy was 167 and the other guy was 157, right?
Damn, he was 167.
Or was I watching another fight? I don't know. Let's see if anybody else noticed it.
Yeah, but that's my call, man. I give him props if he actually does it. I'm not sure if it'll come off, but I'll definitely be picking Taylor. But props to the young buck, you know, trying to make history.
For sure, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, yo, I wouldn't normally back this fight, but the thing is, you guys back everybody else as long as it's a Latino and shit. Like, yo, if fucking Canelo wants to move up, it's all good. Mikey wants to move up, is all good. Tank wants to move up, he's lying. Jamal wants to move up, he's lying. What the fuck? So it's like, hold on, man. Let me see if I can't make a case for this dude, because outside of accolades, and I can't front, right? I mean, a lot more people called into the show throughout the years saying how skillful Mikey was. No one calls in to say how skillful Tank is, but they do call in to say how powerful he is. So, you know, if the X factor is power, that's what he has. We got Donald, Richmond, California.
What's going on? I think the weight that you was thinking about, that you was just talking about, I want to say that was the weight on Granados in Easter, because Granados was like 167 on fight night, and Easter was like 157 or something.
Okay,
Granados
I know
like
I seen something like that.
Yeah. I'm split on this, because do I think that Tank has the power to go to 140? Yes, I think he does have the power to go to 140. Do I feel like he's a little too short? Yeah, I feel like he's a little too short, but a lot of different factors are there. Was Pacquiao short? Yeah, but Pacquiao's a different guy, like got over 70 fights. I feel like that Regis is a bully like how Tank is. So if I can compare Regis and Tank, I feel like more like Regis is kind of like a 140 Tank. But also I think that Tank is a little bit more athletic than Regis. I think that as far as with Regis, why he lost, Regis, the way Regis moves around in the ring, Regis is not someone who's on his toes. Like, for example, if you look at somebody who moves around on his toes, I'll just think of an example. If you look at how Lamont Peterson moved around in the ring versus Danny Garcia, that's someone who's kind of moving around on his toes, and Regis does not fight like that. Regis walks around the ring, and I think that the reason why Regis does not move around on his toes and is more mobile, like someone like Lamont in the Danny fight, is because Regis relied on his power a lot. So Regis felt like, I'll just walk you down, and once I get to hitting you, you're going to fold, so I ain't got to bounce around the ring. I think that Tank can move around the ring a little bit more better, but I can't say he wouldn't win that fight, and I can't say he would lose the fight. I think it's a good fight. If he really go up to do it, I'd really be interested in seeing that. Taylor is pretty tall.
Cut it. Checkmate Boxing, talk to me.
Yo, what's going on, Ness? Hey, man, I'm actually excited. You know why I'm excited? Because all the haters, for whatever reason, people don't really look at and notice the skill. Tank has elite skills. I mean, his punches, are crisp, it's sharp. His foot movement, everything he does, he has no weaknesses except for his height. But again, when it comes to elite skills, again, when you think of Manny Pacquiao, like the other caller said, Manny stepped up Margarito, Cotto, De La Hoya, and a little 5.5. So your skill, he's faster than Kelly, and Kelly he looks raw, rugged, and tough.
Taylor, not
okay,
Kelly.
I give him credit for that. Not Kelly. Taylor. Excuse me. Taylor is raw, rugged, and rough, but he's not masterfully skilled though. I didn't see anything in none of his fights that says, "Oh, this guy's got incredible skill." He's got length. You know what I mean? He's got a jab when he uses it, but he uses inside.
But do you see this as a winnable fight? Do you see this as a winnable fight?
Hell yeah! He knocked him out. So then,
let me ask you then. So then, why do you think Mayweather Promotions won't make this fight? Give me a reason why they won't make this fight then. If you think he'll knock him out, if you think that he'll knock out Josh Taylor, and I think that this is a bigger win than anything on Vasyl Lomachenko's resume, explain to the audience why is the only logical reason you can think of that Mayweather will not allow Tank to make this fight. Because Tank said, I'm calling out tonight. He said, so he's seen something that we don't see. He said, I'm calling out tonight. I want to make this fight. So someone's gonna tell him no. If we don't get this fight, someone told them no. What is the no that they gonna tell him? Can you guess it?
The only weird thing I could say they would say no is because they wouldn't want to fight on him to fight on the zone. They want him to fight on pay-per-view. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but how could you
see them saying no?
I get that. I'm gonna get to some other calls. Don't want to abuse the time, but look, for anybody that's gonna use that excuse, like, how could we say that? Josh Taylor is a UK dude, never did pay-per-view. There's no way that Tank is a big enough star to carry Josh Taylor on an all-American pay-per-view. Tyson Fury was known a little bit over here. He fought. He did like 3 million views on NBC versus Steve Cunningham. Don't forget that. You know, he came over here when Wilder beat up Spielka, got in the ring. Don't forget that. We can't act like Gervonta is Wilder and Josh Taylor is Tyson Fury. That shit, I don't know. They can't use the excuse that it belongs on pay-per-view because it's hard to sell this as a pay-per-view. Let me tell you, I get it. It's a huge achievement for Tank because of all the shit that Taylor has. Taylor got 3 belts, you know, trophy, all that. But nobody knows them. It was different with Mikey and Earl. That we knew both of them. Nobody knows Taylor. I don't think you could push the pay-per-view angle on this one. But Brandon, Cincinnati, talk to me.
What's going on, Ness? See you holding it down by yourself this morning. It's gonna take me a while to get this all out. I just gotta address Mr. CYP. Mr. CYP compared Josh Taylor to Jeff Horn, saying everybody was over there trying to rush to get that belt. That's because Jeff Horn was seen as a weak link, bro. Nobody thinks Josh Link is nowhere near what Jeff Horn was. We all respect Josh Taylor.
I just want the record to show that he just said Crawford's biggest win is a weak link.
Yeah, he was the weak link, and that's not Crawford's biggest win. But let me go.
So Gamboa is the 126-pounder.
I always thought Gamboa and Jeff Horn, Victor Postal was better wins than Jeff Horn. But let me cook. I don't want to. Well, we gotta talk about Bud Crawford, bro. Goddamn.
Because I gotta make it stick, baby. I gotta make it stick.
Nah, but man, that's my only thing, man. Josh Taylor is way light years above Jeff Horn. But as far as Tank, I mean, what has he shown? What has he shown us in the past that shows he can do this? What he hasn't even stepped up and fought a natural 130 pounder.
What did Ward do to show you he could beat Kovalev when he stepped up 2 weight divisions?
I mean, he beat Chad Dawson, the former world champion, at 175. I mean, we haven't even seen Tank fight a natural 130.
Who was moving up? Who was moving up? Who was moving down and was weight drained? It was at 168. Don't forget.
Oh, okay. Former world champ, though. But we haven't even seen Tank fight a natural 130 pounder. They've been blowing up featherweights. They've been blowing up slow Mexican featherweights for this guy to make him look good. We haven't seen anything to show us that he can do this. This is typical Tank with the Twitter fingers. He's called out Wilder on Twitter. He's talked shit to Bud Crawford on Twitter. He talked this shit to Lomachenko on Twitter. Then when you get to Floyd and them, they say, we're not going to rush Tank's career. We're not going to rush him into a Lomachenko fight. So we ain't going to rush him into a Lomachenko fight, which is code words that he ain't ready for Lomachenko, but we expect him to be ready for Josh Taylor.
So wait a minute. So you think that you don't think the Lomachenko style is more difficult than the Josh Taylor style? Josh Taylor's right there to be hit. Lomachenko's using his Lomachenko's using his legs. Lomachenko's using his legs, man.
Y'all ain't never watched Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor got all around. He can box. He can stand in the pocket and punch. He tall. He got power. He got speed. I thought Regis was going to break his will and just eventually beat him. We all thought that was a 50-50 fight. Man, come on. What has he shown to show us that he can beat Tank? I mean, he can beat Josh Taylor. He ain't showed us nothing. I wouldn't be picking him. Let me see you beat somebody your fucking size first. We keep talking about the power. We ain't seen him knock nobody out his size.
You're a Tank hater, man. You're a Tank hater. He got a better win over fucking Pedraza than Lomachenko. What are you talking about? Lomachenko went in there and went to war with Pedraza. Came out looking like a fucking battered kitty cat. Tank blew him out on his first step up when he thought his own promotion was throwing him under the bus. So he had his back against the wall and still performed magnificently. Man, the disrespecting these callers, I swear. We going out to Steve. Talk to me.
Yeah, yeah, I like this fight. I think this is a good fight for Tank. You know, he's chasing greatness, so let's see what he could do. Because, I'll be honest, I underestimated Taylor. I really didn't think he was going to win against Regis, and he showed me, like you say, he's kind of a big bully. So if Tank can put him out, what are we going to say about Tank?
That's what I'm saying, man. And everyone else that wants to move up is okay. When Pacquiao wants to move up, it's okay. Oscar moved up to fight Bernard, it was okay. Floyd moved up to fight Oscar, it was okay. Mikey moved up for. Now all of a sudden, Tank is a liar because he says he wants to move up. He's lying.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think Tank is smart by calling him
90 seconds.
You think he'll get a good fight at 135? An elite fight at 135? I think he knows he's not going to get an elite fight at 135, so he's jumping to 140. Taylor's kind of a free agent.
Taylor is a free agent. That's what. Obviously, I think that Eddie and DAZN won't let him go. They'll put the big bucks, but that's okay for Tank. You just get a bigger piece of the pie.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I hope it happens.
Yeah, I want to see it myself. Listen, because this is the type of fights that your career gets made of, man. You don't get these opportunities, and let's be real, man. If you're Calvin Ford, you gotta be. Look, I don't know. I would rather take on an Eastern European dude than a Mexican dude. You know what I mean? Like they go to the body different. I would rather fight an Eastern European dude than a black dude. Like they're a little bit more square up. That's why Tyson Fury is special. That's why Kazaki was special. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't the typical Eastern European. So look, I don't know. I didn't see enough of Josh Taylor. What I seen him do is bully my boy Regis. I thought Regis was gonna beat him. I picked Regis.
10 seconds.
I don't think that he dominated, and that's why I scored the fight the way that I did live. Go back and watch it. We did a live fight chat. But I do believe it's a dangerous fight for Tank. I don't know if he can win. I'm not here saying that he can win because, again, I thought Regis could win. And my man really was laying in a lot of shit on Regis. Big left hands on Regis. Bumping Regis, giving him the forearm and a little bit of the shoulder. Like, he got rough in there. And Tank is selective. So you could lose rounds if you're a Tank and you got a guy like Josh that can jab. Because Tank is waiting for them big bombs. But keeping the lines moving, we got, let's see, Big Nick, talk to me.
Hey, what's up, TBV? What's going on, Nez?
What up?
Listen, I got no problem, yeah? Furthermore, I respect Tank for daring to be great, yeah? It makes boxing interesting. But for me, deal with your people within your weight class or your direct rivals first. If Canelo jumped up from 160 to 168, beat Rocky Fielding, won the belt, but never fought Triple G, Canelo wouldn't be Canelo. We wouldn't have been talking about Canelo being Canelo in the same way. Tank needs to go deal with the farmers, deal with the Bichelts, deal with the Lomas and whatever, then jump up and dare to be great. Yeah.
Well, Broner did it. Broner did it. If it's good enough for Broner to move up and skip 140 when he fought Polly and Maidana for bigger fights, bigger names, bigger money. I mean,
but Ness, one way at a time, innit? Canelo, Crawford cleaned out their divisions before they jumped up. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's what needs to be done. This is what we do in boxing. Do you know what I mean? And I just want to say anyway, yeah. Shout out to all the UK guys in the chat. Shout out Rue504 and Mr. CYP. You so badly want to be British, yeah? I'm out, Ness. Done.
All right. Well, he gonna boomerang back. Thanks for calling in, Big Nick. Let's see. We got let me go to the screen share here and just put something up for you. So 140-pound division and 135. Let's go to 35 first. So Tank's at 35. I'm not gonna lie. Fights with any of these people in Tank sound good to me. Teofimo, Comey, Vasil, Devin Haney, all those names sound good to me. But this is no different than Canelo Kovalev. You're a champion, and you see holes in another champion. You see holes in Josh Taylor. There's something in that game that you think you can, expose. So he goes up. He gets that. He can vacate, come back down, do the Mikey thing. When Mikey went to 40, had a title there, still had the titles at 35. Mikey is still actually emeritus champion at 135. Can you believe that? They literally have Vasyl Lomachenko as franchise, Devin Haney as world champion, Mikey as emeritus. It's insane. Now the interim is vacant, obviously, because Devin Haney got moved up. But there's far too many titles, man. Keeping it moving, though. We got Mike in Michigan. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think it's a real big fight. I watched the first Super 6 fight with Taylor. He fought the boy from Tennessee. I can't think of his name, but he beat him pretty bad. But then I seen him fight Regis. And I just knew Regis was going to win. Like, if I'd have been in Vegas, I would have bet the bank on Regis to win. I was totally surprised. But to me, he got whooped. Some people said Regis won, but I was going for Regis 100%. And I ain't see him winning at all. At all. And I was, maybe like how that one caller said, maybe he was hurt or something. But I don't know. But I think he got whooped pretty bad. But Tank and Taylor, that would be a big fight to go in probably in London somewhere. But big fan of Taylor now, though. I think he's serious. I think he got the goods. And Taylor, I think Taylor can move to 147. I don't think he can beat nobody, but I like to see him move up. Yeah, that's my call.
All right. And look, man, I get Big Nick, but we know Vasyl is busy. He's truly busy. He asked for franchise champion status because he doesn't want to fight Devin Haney because that could interfere with him trying to be undisputed in this division versus the winner of Richard Comey and Teofimo Lopez. So Tank doesn't have 3 names. So that means at 135, the division that he's moving up to, the only super fight available to him, if you want to call it that, right? Because if you're complaining about Tank's resume, you better be complaining about Haney's. Or are you going to tell me now that Tank should move up, fight Yuriorkis Gamboa, and not fight Josh Taylor because his super fight is Devin fucking Haney? Is that what you're going to tell me? No, because I want someone to fucking say that so I can understand how is this a bad move. He's skipping a division based on the timeline. Based on the timeline. People are tied up. Not only are they tied up, but they're with the other side of the track. It hasn't been looking easy to make a Loma fight. Only when Floyd is upset at Tank do you hear Floyd saying, yeah, I called Bob about a Loma fight. Come on, man. Let me go to T Plums. Talk to me.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think as I called in on the previous call before, I'm not the hugest fan of people moving up so quick just to for a fight without clearing out their weight division. But if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So, I guess everybody didn't have a problem with Mikey or Canelo going up. I guess Tank could do it too. But as far as a previous caller, probably 2 or 3 calls ago, he said before Mikey went up, he cleared division. Before Canelo went up, he cleared division. That's not true. Mikey
Bruh, nobody clears divisions, man. There's only like 3 people ever did that shit.
Well, what I'm saying is whoever called and said that wasn't true. So, yeah, I mean, I think if Tank were to go up and beat Josh Taylor, to me, in my opinion, I said in the super chat, that's my equivalent of Andre Ward going up and beating Kovalev. And Tank has to be a superstar after that. But that's my call.
The thing is, about that is Kovalev was way more known and established in his division, fought on HBO numerous times, so Ward was able to get a little bit more cachet than, for Kovalev than I believe Tank will receive for Josh Taylor. I don't think people know Josh Taylor like that. I just don't. Did we go to Rod in the 870?
No.
What up, champ?
So, what up, man? With this fight, man, I like it for Tank, and I think this is one of them fights that he could steal. Because what I saw in Josh Taylor, everybody's talking about, oh, he's so great. He's one of them European fighters where he caught a smaller guy, Regis, who didn't have enough power to put him down on foreign soil and won a razor thin fight because they just came out and said one of the judges who turned the fight for Taylor, he scored the 12th round for Taylor instead of Regis, and every other press row analyst and the fourth judge in that tournament scored it for Regis. So if you just scored that round for Regis, it would have been a majority draw. So he won a razor thin fight. Tank has that thing you call a twitch in athletes. I watch all sports. I play college football, and you just have these certain athletes with the twitch. You got great athletes, but then you have the athlete like Zion who has that twitch, and that's what Tank has. And Tank can move up, and he would stop this guy within 8 rounds. And I think he should try to steal this fight. And like
but
you
who
said,
has
this
he
would be a
stopped
great
on
fight.
this level for you to convince the Tank detractors to say he hasn't fought anybody? Who has he stopped? Like, how can you what? How do you convince people that he can stop someone 2 divisions bigger?
The reason I would say that is the guy is bigger, but if you watch Regis against this guy, he was easily hit with big shots. He was easily hit. And so Tank is faster than Regis, honestly, I believe Tank has more power with that twitch than Regis. And I think he would catch him and knock him out because even Regis hit him a couple of times where he stumbled around and kind of backed up a little bit. I just think he's there to be hit. That's all I'm watching. If he was a fighter that was evasive,
I mean, CYP's the boomerang, and so is Mr. PBC. So you guys are coming back. I gotta ask you, man. If Taylor somehow gets the win on Gervonta, and this is more to you, CYP, because you brought that up, but also because Taylor said what he said on social media, because I didn't even report any of the fucking details. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you they had a whole Twitter beef. This is not just Gervonta, saying, hey, I want to fight you. He wasn't even talking to Taylor, actually. Let me pull it up. I had it all set up for you guys and then kind of just forgot and went into the fight. But let me see. I got to log into my Twitter here. And so what happened was it looks like Tank said he'll stop Taylor. Same thing everyone else is saying. All right, damn, I have to do it from my phone. My shit is acting up. Sorry. I actually have that soundbite too. The Jeopardy. Here we go. Tank. Tweets and replies. Where are you? Okay. So the first one, I believe, was, I will stop you. I promise you that. So Josh Taylor comes back and says, that's the best joke I've heard in a good while. What a minge. I had to look that up. This dude called. I should have been led with this, bro, because Josh, that's something we got to talk about, right? Like, he's not afraid at all. He really brought the smoke to Regis, and he ain't got no problem calling Tank not a pussy. He called him pussy hair. Minge is pubic hair on a female, on the female genitalia. So it's like, bruh, these UK dudes, man, they get extra creative with the shit talk, man. But yeah, so He called him a minge. Tank come back and says, I'll stop you. I promise you that. Josh Taylor comes back and says, never make a promise you can't deliver. He says 7th to 8th round to be exact. And then Josh Taylor comes back and says, put the drink down and sleep it off. Wee man. That just sounds like a little dude, right? I don't know. Anyway. And he says, I'm calling Al tonight is where Tank finished it. So hopefully he really called Al. And hopefully Al and the team are as believe in Tank as much as you guys believe in Tank. Because then we can get this fight. And it's a way for Tank to really thrust himself beyond everyone else. Separate himself from Haney. Separate himself from Vasil Lomachenko, Richard Comey, Teofimo Lopez. You know, true separation. You know, there's Haney beef. It's existing. As the Teofimo beef, it's existing as well. And he's got the Tevin Farmer beef. So I get people. There's plenty of fights for him to make. But this fight separates him. This is like when Broner tried to fight Maidana. It's those fights that the public don't believe you can win are the ones that, you know, really take you over the top, in my opinion. But Boomerang CYP, man, talk to me.
All right. Here we go. First we go. I don't even know the caller who said CYP comparing Horn to. Listen, man. When you're an elite athlete or you have an elite mind, you can be elite in anything. You understand what the other elite people say. What I'm telling you is this. You fans may respect Taylor, but the boxers don't. They don't believe he's as great as y'all think he is. They think he's beatable, so they call him out. That's how it works. We have no respect for them UK fighters. That's why when they win titles, whether UK, European, whatever you want to call it, we jump on your ass because we see the history of when we match y'all, 90% of the time, we take your belts. We all know that. Let's stop that bullshit. Secondly, Homeboy was talking about, let me get this right. Oh, Big Nick. You said somehow, some crazy way, stay in one division. Let's be real here. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody follows the UK blueprint because y'all always taking L's. What the fuck is... Why would we listen to you? Explain that to me. Why would we listen to your blueprint? We own you. We have 100 fucking champions that have been unified. We have 53 undisputed champions. You have 4. And you started boxing. You created boxing. We have 54. You have 4. Explain to me why the fuck we will listen to you. Y'all have never had a $100 million fight in your life. Lennox Lewis is your greatest fighter, and he took the American blueprint with an American trainer basing himself in America. Y'all don't give us advice. I appreciate you calling in, my guy, but you showed us why you pussy. Stay in one division like Carl Froch. Stay in one division like Joe Kawasaki. Man, you sound like a fucking clown. We do that Roy Jones shit. That's what we do. We do that Roy Jones shit. We do that Floyd Mayweather shit. We do that Oscar De La Hoya shit. We do that Muhammad Ali shit. We don't do that Ricky Hatton shit, that Ricky Flatton shit. We don't do that Tyson Fury shit. We don't do that Joe Kawasaki shit. We don't do that shit, homie. Don't you ever get on here trying to give us advice that's retarded. That's like the fucking kid that fails the class, going in there trying to tell the professor how the fuck to teach the class. We're not listening. As a matter of fact, take your ass to attention.
CYP, but tell me why wouldn't Floyd make this fight since it's been very few callers to call in thinking Tank can't do it. People are going as far as saying Tank can stop a dude that Regis didn't stop. Why wouldn't they make this fight for him? Like I said, everybody's tied up. It's not like he could get a super fight at 35 right now.
The only way he wouldn't make it is because he's surprised that Tank actually wants to do it. He's just surprised. Like, that's not our plan. I have something planned out for you. I didn't know that you want to fight this dude, but that's my point. Nobody knows what European fighter they want until the dude wins. That's the point. Like, oh shit, Floyd didn't want to fight Ricky Hatton until Ricky Hatton got on. Like, we don't even think about them until they show us. So he might go back to the drawing board and say, yo, man, I got a wrench we can throw up in there. And let's go take this dude belt. Let's go be 140 champion. Let's go do that. Floyd can say, you know what, man? Hey, it makes sense. Let history repeat itself. Go get that man a beating. And then give his ass some tea and some dumplings. Because I don't know if it's Ireland, I don't know if it's the UK, tea and dumplings, they both go together and both of them suck. Just like the UK. So when it comes down to it, let's be real here. Let's be real. I might be animated, but I'm telling you the truth. We know how to take belts from the UK. We know how to do that. And
But
somebody's
you're
going to
not
take his belt.
afraid at all of his size. Like, he is 5'10", and he used every bit of that height on Regis.
To be honest, I'm happy that he's bigger. Like, the reason why Tyson Fury is such a good fighter is not because he's shifty, it's because he's big as fuck. Usually when Europeans have a size advantage, they do well and they make the fight competitive. I want a competitive fight. I don't want Tank to go in there and just beat his ass to death. I don't hate the UK as much as y'all think. I just think y'all need to shut the fuck up until y'all get on our level. Y'all ain't on our level yet. You're not even close. You're not even on Mexico's level. You're not even on Puerto Rico's level. You're not even on Cuba's level. I don't even know why the hell you run your mouth so much. But the fact is, you're bigger. Go ahead, try to bully Tank and see how bullying a Baltimore resident. See how easy that is. You think it's easy to bully a dude from Baltimore? Good luck.
I mean, yo, there's interest, bro. There's interest, man. I would like to see if anything else comes of this. I'm not sure a fight will come, but I want to see, at least, is an offer made? You know, can we get Eddie to talk about it? I mean, I hope Eddie's in Vegas, man. That's where I'll be. Hopefully he's there to, you know, support Dazn, and I can ask some questions about it. We got to keep this one going. I think it's up to the boxing fans to keep this little fight alive. You see, when they made Broner Maidana, that came out of left field, let me tell you. It's not like we knew about that. That was straight up left field. Left field. That's why it hurts me so bad that Broner didn't win that fight, because I'm interested to see what would have happened if he would have won that fight, right? Like, would him and Floyd really have fought? What would have happened if he would have won that fight? What sort of career he would have had? But we didn't know. We didn't know. And the first rumor we heard was it was going to be on Showtime pay-per-view. And then for some reason, they didn't do a pay-per-view, bro. They didn't do a pay-per-view. They gave it to us free. It was still a fantastic fight. But Broner didn't win. I'm just wondering, you know, this is different, though. Josh isn't as awkward and wild as Maidana. I don't know. It's interesting. We got to push this one. Ohio Runs Boxing, what up?
What's up, man?
Oh, shit. My bad.
Yeah, I was kind of against this. I feel like Tank haven't proven himself yet, bro. And by people saying him going up and showing himself, you know, the knockout Josh Taylor is no different than Canelo going up fighting Kovalev. If you think him going up and stopping Josh is going, you know, it's going to be easy, then there's no need for him to take that fight. But right now, what I'm saying, he's not fighting nobody, man. You might as well call him the franchise champion too, because what he's doing is what these franchise champions is doing. They don't want to fight. They're not clearing out their division. They're not fighting nobody in their division, but they want to go up and fight people they think they can beat. That's the whole purpose of Tank, you know, going this route, bro, because he thinks he sees something in him. And this is another thing that's funny. Everybody keep basing Josh Taylor's performance just on Regis Prograis. How many fights have y'all watched Josh Taylor, bro? This shit is so funny to me because most people are only basing it off this last fight. I've been following Josh Taylor for a minute. I said he was going to win the tournament when it was first announced. No one gave me credit for it. I watched Styles. This guy make adjustments, and we only going off what he did to Regis Prograis. When Regis' hand was down, he was hitting him with the right hook. He make adjustments. He fought inside because he had advantage. It was a close fight, but y'all ain't even watching none of his fights. Damn, I mean, he fought Victor Postal and put him down. Victor Postal, everybody can say what they want about Victor Postal, but he looked better than Terrence Crawford a little bit when it came to that fight. Terrence boxed his head off, but shit, when you watch Josh Taylor against him, it was different. And I'm not saying by any means that he's on Terrence Crawford level, but what I'm saying is style makes fight. So many of us go off what we just see. I heard some people say, oh, yeah, Josh ain't got a chance at 147 after this fight. Don't just base it off this fight. Go watch his other fucking fight. It kills me when people just base it off one damn fight. How is it that we supposed to say style make fights and y'all basing y'all prediction on the fight you just saw? And he bullied the smaller guy. He made adjustments. That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, it's kill. And then everybody talking about Tank with his power. I'm not against that at all. He got punching power. But prove your fucking self, bro. You just want to go up because you think you can beat somebody? get a belt.
All right, but that ain't proven. Hold on. But that ain't proven himself by going out the dude that nobody think he could beat.
Bro, but no, he's going after because I'm talking about from a fighter mentally. He think he can beat. He didn't call Lomachenko. Lomachenko was chasing him for a minute. And there was a time when Floyd Mayweather did stay on Showtime,
but
bro.
hold on.
Yeah,
But the Lomachenko fight, you know, it's a harder fight to make. You know that. Don't act like it's not. It's Floyd.
Bro, I know.
All right,
No,
so he making his own way. He making his own way. We sent no. I just said that already. Floyd only said that when he was mad at Tank. You know that, and I know that.
No, I get that. But you can't pick and choose when these fighters say that. Or promoters say that. They gonna say it. Bob said a lot of shit.
Bro, we ain't picking and choosing. We ain't picking and choosing. You can't find. Listen to me. We not picking and choosing, Marcus. But you cannot find another time where Floyd said, "Yeah, let's make the Lomachenko fight." Get the fuck out of here. He did that to Tank because he was mad at Tank. Because Tank was on social media saying they trying to hold him back. They keeping his career on the shelf. Tank was being vocal. He like, oh, I called Bob. We trying to make the Lomachenko fight. Come on, man. You know that, and I know it.
Ness, let me hear this. This is the reason why they won't make that Josh Taylor fight. He hasn't proven himself yet at 135 against who he's fighting? Gamboa next, right? Al Haymon gonna probably line him up with Leah Santa Cruz and hopefully Gary Russell. He keeping that shit on his side, bro. He ain't about to go take that risk with Josh Taylor right now. And everybody that thinks, like I said, it's a definitely big risk because I'm favoring Josh Taylor. And especially when motherfuckers picking Tank based off Josh Taylor's last performance, man, put y'all money up. Because I watch fights, bro. Put y'all money up if y'all going off Josh Taylor's last fight. Watch all his fights. That's what I'm saying. I watch fights, bro.
All right. Well, that is everybody. I want to thank everybody for calling in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button in the future, present, past. It helps with the visibility of the show. And this is the thing, man. You guys help the show get bigger. We might have Tank on the show telling us why right now, you know, like why he could beat this dude. But look, I don't know. You know, listen, a lot of people made some good cases. I was with Ohio Runs Boxing right until he said the Tank needs to prove himself. This is proving yourself. This is also making your own lane. Everything that we criticize fighters for not doing, this is him doing that. If he truly seeks this fight out, this is him doing that because he knows the politics of boxing. And not only that, not only the politics. You guys are out here throwing his Lomachenko name. My man just asked for champion franchise status not to fight Haney. So all of a sudden he going to fight Tank, who got no belt, when his whole objective, like Triple G, is all the belts. Come on, man. Like, he making his own lane. I just want it to be more than Twitter beef. That's all. I want to see if this is more than just Twitter beef. I want this to be more than just 50 Cent hyping up his name right before he drops a record. And right now, Tank is about to drop a record December 28th. He fighting. So is he just hyping up his fight? Because we ain't talk about Gamboa. Didn't nobody say Gamboa is going to show us anything as far as what he would be able to do to Josh Taylor. But I just hope that's not what it is. I hope it's not, you know, clout chasing. I hope it's not building up your fight. You know, I hope you're not trying to be Tyson Fury. I hope you're trying to be Tank, you know, Gervonta Davis, make this move and make history for real. Yeah, man. I mean, yo, imagine. I mean, that would be a really big fight. Really big fight. But want to thank everyone that called in, man. Oh, Mr. PBC, I ain't go to you on your boomerang. Oh, shit. I'm about to leave you, champ. I'm about to leave you behind.
And you've done this like twice already.
Nah, never.
But let's keep it real. I think it'll still be good. I just it would have to be in America, and it'll have to be in Vegas to make it real big for Gervonta Tank Davis and Josh Taylor, whoever wins, because America is where people see you. And Gervonta is going to have to stay on the outside. He cannot get close to Josh Taylor at all.
But why can't he get close? Why can't he get close? Josh Taylor hit Regis with everything.
He was like 5'10", right?
But my friend, Josh Taylor hit Regis with everything, and he ain't even swell his eye. He ain't have a whip on his face. You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor the one with the closed fucking hamburger.
Josh Taylor does that shit that what's that one heavyweight that's a gatekeeper? He leans on you, holds you when he's getting weak. He holds a lot and then jumps away and punches. He kind of does that stuff that Damian White would do and stuff like that. So I think that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to have to step his game up and start learning how to go 12 rounds, too, because if Josh Taylor goes 12 rounds, it's a wrap. Because Gervonta Tank Davis, he likes to take his time, and he can't be doing that with Josh Taylor. That's my call.
Well, all right, Mr. PBC, Washington, stand up. TBV, thanks for rocking out. We'll be back with another one. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out yesterday's episode of Untitled. It was official. I think the main topic or the title was being in love with two women, and can we go back to just 4 belts? So if you want to check that out, you can catch that podcast on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. And while you're there, you can get tons more exclusive content. We will be doing a bunch of behind the scenes for Patreon starting tomorrow from Vegas. We'll be in Vegas. So if you're in town, join us. Come at me, man. Get at me with that Khalifa Kush or that Tyson's Ranch. Let's smoke one. Peace out.